The topic for discussion today is body fluid. So what exactly is body fluid? For us to understand what exactly body fluid is, we first have to look into the story of a young lady, 28 years old, who died strangely from drinking too much amount of water. Her name is Jennifer Strange. In 2007, she participated in a radio contest called Hold Your Wee for Wee. And in that contest, participants were just required to drink a large amount of water within a short period of time without urinating. So they had to hold their wee, which is the urine. And what is the reward for that? They will get to win a Nintendo gaming console for that. A Nintendo Wii gaming console. So without urinating, if it's an hour or two, they'll keep drinking water over and over again without urinating, even if they feel like urinating. And during the contest, people actually called in the radio station and informed them about the dangers of doing that, but they never paid attention. Now, this woman, sadly, she died after the contest, and autopsy results showed that she died from water intoxication, which is also known as hyponatremia. So what exactly is hyponatremia? Hyponatremia or water intoxication is a condition where the concentration of sodium in our body becomes abnormally low. So it becomes so fatal. And this occurs when we drink too much water within a short period of time and without even urinating it out. You see, sodium is so crucial to the survival of humans, and it helps to keep the balance of our fluid in the body. So if someone keeps drinking too much of water, he ends up diluting the concentration of sodium in the body. And this can be fatal, especially in the brain, where cells begin to swell and finally they can burst. And if not careful, you can die from that. So this young lady complained of headache. That is Jennifer Strange. She complained of headaches after the contest and was finally found dead. So what does that mean? Water is so important and good for us, but too much of it actually caused the death of Jennifer. So the human body is made up of about 50 to 70% of water. But the interesting part is the water in our body is not just raw water that we know. It has dissolved substances in it. So that brings us to body fluid. So what exactly is it? So body fluid is defined as the amount of water in our body and dissolved substances it contains. So it refers to the water in our body with the dissolved substances it contains. And some of these dissolved substances can be electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and chloride. And we can also have substances like nutrients like glucose and amino acid, and hormones like insulin and adrenaline. So all of these substances with the water in our body combined is what we refer to as body fluid. So body fluid is body water, that is the water in our body, plus dissolved substances. The fluid concentration in our body depends on several factors, and one of those factors is age. You remember we said the percentage of water or body fluid in the human body is about 50 to 70%. Yes, that concentration or percentage is not fixed, it's not constant. It changes as we develop. So, for example, when we were born as kids, we had about 75% of body water in us because our bodies contain less fat and more fluid. So that means that the more fat we contain or our body contains, the less body fluid we have. But as a baby, the fat content in our body is quite low. That means our fluid is more. Now, as we grow from infancy all the way to young adults, the percentage of body fluid in our system also drops from about 75% to 50 to 60%. And basically because of increase in muscles and fat composition. So as our muscles and fat composition, especially the fat composition, increases, it reduces the percentage of body fluid in our system. And then as we grow into old age, the percentage of body fluid reduces drastically to about 45%. And this is as a result of our muscles drastically reducing, and unfortunately the fat deposits or fat storage in our body increases. So as the fat storage increases in our body, it reduces the amount of body fluids we have. And then we have another factor, that is organs. That's one thing you have to keep in mind. The organs in our body do not have the same percentage of fluids in them. For example, our whole human body has some percentage of body fluid. But if you pick the organs one by one, if you pick the lung, the heart, the brain, our teeth, all of these organs have different percentages of water in them, or body fluids in them. For example, organs like the brain and the kidney have very high percentage of fluid in them, about 80 to 85%. And this is because they need to stay hydrated to perform their functions properly. But something like the teeth in the human body doesn't really need to be hydrated to perform its function properly. So it has about only 7 to 10% of water content in it. So that is so important for us to keep in mind. So what is the point? We have body fluid that is referred to as the water in our body and dissolved substances in it. Now, it changes as we grow old, and different organs have different percentage of this body fluid. Now, these body fluids are actually stored in certain parts of our body known as fluid compartments. So what exactly is fluid compartment? That will be a continuation of this lesson. So click somewhere on the screen to watch the next video.